I call.
Good evening, Twitch and YouTube. What is up? Alright, give me just a moment here. We're gonna stop that music. And then we're gonna go ahead and get all set up here. Alright. Ooh, one moment. Yeah, okay. Guess I'll have to do that manually for the moment. That's fine. Okay.
.3DO.
Enjoy.
Master Iron Fist, Lieutenant Kalik and Sergeant Piridak reporting.
Proceed.
While dutifully patrolling the beach at Brighton Point as ordered, we detected a large raiding party of 40 elves invading our territory. When the time was right, we attacked.
Oh, how brave.
The enemy fell back before the fury of our attack. We accepted our duty to defend our fair land. We killed at least half a dozen of them before they knew what was happening. The rest ran like pigs from an axe. We gave chase, and I saw with my... What is so amusing, Master?
Nothing. Continue.
Of course. As I was saying, we were chasing the goblins, shooting them in the backs because they would not stand and fight honorably.
Regrettable, but necessary.
Yes, Your Majesty. We had slain nearly all of the goblins when we saw the sea monsters approaching. At first, we thought they had come to help the goblins, but it soon became clear their arrival had nothing to do with the fight on the beach. We ran for cover in the rocks. Each was carrying a bag around his waist, and each was wearing a curious amulet that looked like a small black box.
What? Wait a minute. Go back.
You mean the part where I personally slew 2 elves with a single arrow?
No. After that lie. Tell me about the boxes.
They were about 1.5 inches on the side and made of smooth black metal. We couldn't get a closer look.
Those boxes sound like something out of legend. What happened next?
The sea people began to quarrel. when one group turned abruptly and started walking away down the beach. The remaining started walking the other way. In the morning, we found that one of them had shed its skin on the beach. Their tracks had washed away in the tide, so we decided to return to base and report.
Thank you for your report, Lieutenant Kalik. I am pleased to hear something interesting for once. You are promoted to captain. Assemble a search party at once and find those sea people. If you succeed, you can keep the promotion, as well as your life. Oh, and Kalik, one more thing.
Good luck.
I love how Archibald just calls Lieutenant Kalik out on that obvious lie. One moment here, let me get the camera back on. Alright. Just gotta do one last thing and we'll be ready to start here. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, unfortunately, when I am fiddling with anything outside of the game, it will pause the music. There's not really anything I can do about that. This is a very old game. In fact, the only reason I'm able to run it at this resolution and stuff like that is because of a mod that basically fixes a lot of issues with the game and just makes it run a lot better in a lot of ways. So this game originally came out in 1999, so really old stuff, but really good stuff. Now, you may have noticed, you may have seen my last stream in which I played through it, and there was a whole bunch of audio issues, and because of that, since I only had things working for like the last half hour or so, we're going to change things up. So we're going to start over again. I'm going to keep the same names for all the characters, but I'm going to go with different classes than the default. And I'm actually going to do this to make things a little harder on myself. Alright, so instead of using a sorcerer, which makes the entire game easy sauce in the late game, I'm going to go with an archer, which is basically the... how should I put it? So archer is like... it's like the elemental caster... It's like a half-caster in D&D that focuses on elemental magic. So, there you go. It's like a sorcerer in D&D, but they're only a half-caster, and they're good at using bows and stuff. I'm going to keep the cleric, though, just because I don't have enough confidence in my ability to actually beat later parts of the game without an actual cleric. Let's see. Instead of a knight, do I want to use a paladin instead? Paladins can be fun. Yeah, let's go with a paladin, and then we'll use a monk instead of a thief. Now, monks are really interesting in terms of how they work in Might and Magic here. Basically, they tend to be pretty underpowered until the end game, but then when you reach the end game, you actually get the ability to double dip into certain skills. You get to use their dodging with their leather armor skill and their unarmed with their staff skill. The staff bit actually comes into play from the staff skill instead of the unarmed skill, but it's pretty cool. They also serve fairly well at disarming traps, so that's probably going to be a good thing to pick up at the start. Let's go ahead and set everyone's stats to the default. And get my camera out of the way, just so that we can all see. So that you can all see the bonus stats there. Going to set the luck of everyone down to 7. Alright, now paladins are basically a mix between knights and clerics. They're slightly less good at... what's the word I'm looking for? Slightly less good than knights in fighting, and slightly less good than clerics in healing. They can only get their magics up to master level, but it is nice having a second, supportive caster when you need it. Okay. Cool. With monks and paladins, I will have no need for intellect at all. And with an archer, I'll have no need for personality at all. Actually, I wonder if it might be more fun to use a druid. Nah, I'll go with an archer. Archer's really good. Okay. So, gonna maximize the accuracy on my archer there. Going to maximize the speed on Zoltan over here, because, as a goblin, he's really easy to maximize the speed stat for. Gotta go for the max personality on my cleric. Gonna pump a little bit into her might and endurance as well, and same with Zoltan. Honestly, Roderick here is not going to come into his own until much later on. Actually, you know what? Roderick, I'm actually going to change his
Pick me for your
character. Let's see if I can find someone
choose me.
a little more interesting.
Choose me.
Tally ho! I'm your man.
I've always found that
I'm your...
Roderick here has pretty boring voice lines, so that's why
Choose
I'm
me.
picking
Pick
someone
me.
else.
You want to ride high? Pick me.
Choose me.
Sure, I don't think I've ever actually used this guy. Let's give him a try. Okay, so set the luck down, intellect down, accuracy and speed up to 15. Alright, and we are at where we were just a moment ago. Okay. Let's actually go for a little higher with the endurance of my cleric. I want to make sure that she never gets killed by stuff. That's really important. Okay. What else here? Ooh. There we go. Seems like a good start. Alright. Now I just need to pick better starting skills. Oh, I can start with fire and water magic? Nice. Okay, Unfortunately, my options for things to start with as a monk aren't great. Normally, I'd recommend starting with, a weapon and an armor skill just because you get a free weapon and armor to start with, but... let's see. It's really unfortunate that I don't have the option for Disarm Trap, because that would be nice. I'll just go with Arms Master and Bodybuilding. There we go. And for my Paladin, that's Bodybuilding. I was hoping that would be Body Magic, but it's not. So instead, let's go with a Shield and Leather. Alright, looks like everything's set up. We've used all our bonus points. Everyone has their skills and their class picked out. I'm still going to call this guy Roderick, just cuz. Alright, and we're good to go.
Hear ye, hear ye. The Emerald Island scavenger hunt is about to begin. The list of objects has been given to all contestants. As you know, the winners of the contest will be awarded title to Castle Harmony and the surrounding lands. Be careful. Emerald Island can be dangerous. Last night, 3 contestants disappeared, and we are concerned for their safety. During the contest, please be on the lookout for our missing contestants. If you find a piece of equipment in the woods, return at once with the clue. It may save their lives. There have been rumors that some kind of monster is loose on the island and may be hiding in one of the caves. If you see a cave you are unfamiliar with, don't go into it. Send someone back to town, and the guards will conduct a search for you. We don't want anyone else to get hurt. And one more thing. We have... sorry. We have reports that the monster may be a dragon. If you see it, run for your lives.
All right. Now, unfortunately, my hotkey for my webcam is linked to, well, it's going to end up selecting Zoltan from time to time. Fortunately, though, I shouldn't need to turn it on and off too much. Alright, so, to start with this book over here, we can see our quests. As we can see, we've got 6 quests to start with, all of which are just finding an item and returning it to the judge on Emerald Isle. Alright, let's go ahead, take a step forward here. Alright, this here lady is the tour guide. I'm probably just going to turn her off, though. She's pretty unnecessary if you know what you're doing. But I'll just go ahead and read what she says here. Welcome to Emerald Island. I will be your guide during your stay here. From time to time, I will appear to tell you about something you're about to see to help you understand your new world. If you tire of my message, I won't be offended if you do. Just click on my portrait to talk to me, then click on Tour Off to silence me. Let's do that. Whew. Now, hypothetically, that might be useful if you've never played before, so hey, if you decide, after watching me play this, that you want to pick this game up yourself, and I highly recommend it, I think you can pick it up on, like, GOG.com, which is short for Good Old Games, GOG, so something to consider if you decide that you like what you see. Alright, now I have auto run on, because it's a lot faster than having it off. Let's go ahead and turn that back on. Okay, so anyways, before we get started with too much of anything, I want to go ahead, you always want to go ahead at the start of the game and check each of your character's inventories. They'll all have a few items depending on what skills they have, as well as some random stuff. So basically, you know, depending on what weapon and armor and spell skills that they have, you'll have a selection of spell books and appropriate weapons and armor. And usually, I think if you have no weapon skills at all, you might have a club. Alexis here has archery, though, so I think that means she doesn't get the club, which is slightly unfortunate. Just because
this should be useful.
She'll basically do nothing in melee range, like +6 to hit, but only 1 damage. Whereas with range, she's at least got, you know, a decent little bit of damage here. Okay, now for... Alright, so these right here, I went into this last time. These are spell books. You start off with a couple of them, you know, based on spell skills that you know at the start of the game. And you also actually know the cheapest spell for the schools that you know to start with. You don't actually know those if you pick them up later on in the game, and end up having to buy the books for those spells as well. Let's go ahead and equip these. Now, the unarmed and dodging skills are not affected by you know, equipping gauntlets and boots and stuff. It's only body armor and weapons that actually negate those skills or turn them off. So, I am very comfortable equipping these gauntlets and leather boots onto Roderick here, because, hey, he needs some way to have armor. Alright, You know, I don't think I've ever actually played with this party setup before, so I'm not sure who's going to be the best at alchemy. anyways, let's go ahead
That'll be useful.
and set things up on Zoltan here. Alright. And we're good to go. Let's just take a quick moment, take a look at all the sheets defining your character here. So, on the right, you always have the paper doll, where you can see your character, what they have equipped, and you can always right-click on things, see what exactly their stats are. Pretty useful stuff. And then over here, you have your... So right now with the stats menu, you have your character's name, you have all of their different primary stats, you have their age. Now, in case you're wondering, yes, age actually does mean something. I don't remember exactly what the thresholds are, but basically, if it's above 50, you start to experience changes in your stats. I think at above 50, it makes you have higher intellect and personality, but lower might and endurance, or something like that. And then if you reach 100 years old, then your character will just have a reduction to all of their stats. And even more so past 200 or something like that. And you might be wondering, how do you get that old? Well, you could play the game for a long-ass time, or you can get magically aged by things. Yeah, don't recommend that. And then, level and experience, same as every other game ever. I believe the formula for how much experience you need for each level is 1,000 experience per level. So, I may be wrong, I'll double check later on to be certain. In fact, it's probably more than that. But yeah, for level 1 to level 2, you need 1,000 experience. You also start off with slightly randomized amounts of experience, which I find interesting. I don't know what the formula is for it, but you'll notice everyone has slightly different experience numbers, but they're still pretty close to each other. And then, of course, you have your health, your spell points, and your armor class. Health and spell points work as everything else in every other video game. I don't feel the need to explain that. Armor class is, of course, works kind of like in D&D. The higher your AC, the more likely you are to avoid attacks. Condition here will say good 99% of the time. Well, scratch that. More like 80 to 90% of the time. If it says something else, then that means your character's afflicted with something. So, and then you have quick spells, which basically just allows you to set up a spell to easily cast quickly during combat. I'll set up heal on my cleric to show you an example. There you go. Easy peasy. And then, as for your attack and your damage, pretty self-explanatory. Attack is your chance to hit, damage is the damage you do. It's all determined by your weapon and your skill with that weapon. But for now, I don't want to get too much into that. And then shoot and damage is your stats with ranged weapons. Every character can equip a ranged weapon and a melee weapon, so you're not, screwed if something walks right up next to you. Sorry, just gonna take a moment here, eat my Frosty before it melts. Okay. So, and then you have your resistances. You have resistances to each of the 4 elements, as well as mind and body magic. Not spirit magic, though. I'm not entirely sure why spirit magic isn't on there off the top of my head. I'm fairly certain there are spirit magic spells that do damage, but I think most of them are things that do lots of damage to undead only. So. But yeah, the formula for how much resistance reduces damage of these elemental damage types by is each point of resistance that you have reduces damage taken by 0.5%. So with Zoltan's 55 fire resistance here, he takes 27.5% less fire damage. And likewise, Serena over here takes 25% less fire damage. So, it's a significant effect, not to be ignored. Oh yeah, and you get a little auto note here from this little green book that you can kind of see behind my camera that tells us that this particular well happens to boost our fire resistance. Right, but anyways, let's go ahead and now that we've let's talk about skills. So we've talked about the stats page, skills. So every skill has 4 levels to it: normal, expert, master, and grandmaster. And in Might and Magic 7 and 8, the capacity to reach these levels is determined by your class. Also, whether or not you're actually able to learn a skill, period. So, for example, with Zoltan here as a paladin, he can learn basic spirit magic as just a regular old paladin, and then once I promote him to, I think it's called Crusader, then he can get it up to expert, and once I promote him again, he can get up to master with spirit magic. He can never get grandmaster though, that's why the text is red there. So, real quick, easy way to determine, the potential for each of your characters with each magic type. Let's see. So, as far as that pretty much covers basically everything. You have 4 categories of skills: weapons, armor, magic, and miscellaneous. Do I have any miscellaneous skills? Okay, yeah. So I have arms master and bodybuilding. Weapons, armor, and magic are all pretty self-explanatory. Miscellaneous are things that just don't really fit into the other 3 categories. For example, arms master here just gives a bunch of bonuses to all melee weapons. So it's not exactly a weapon skill, but it kind of is. And then bodybuilding just gives him a bunch of extra hit points. And there are other skills that fall into this category, like alchemy, disarm trap, perception, a whole bunch of things. Okay. Inventory is just, of course, the inventory screen. It's a nice little grid. Things fall into it instead of having like weight values to take care of. So it's very much becomes a game of Tetris later on. You'll see. And then we don't have any awards yet, but eventually that's what the awards menu will have. Alright, but for now, let's go ahead, walk into this house here, get membership to a couple of the guilds on the island. And the importance of that is so that we can go to them and learn spells. And, ooh, my camera's in the way, but there you go. As you can see, I am now dirt poor. No gold to my name. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's head over here and loot this chest. Has a couple little things that can be useful to me. Gonna move my items from it to all my different peeps. There we go. Alright, so this crude bow has a slightly better damage formula than the crossbow, which is why I switched to it. So, yeah, eventually I'll get even better ones. I might even get a crossbow that has some sort of boost to it, which makes it better than a crude bow with a with that damage formula. So we'll see. Okay. Ooh, what are the stats on this catalyst? Power 4. Okay, so that has some usefulness. But over here, we've got all the guilds. This over here is the Spirit Guild, the Air Guild. Over in the back here is the Fire Guild, and here is the Body Guild. We also have an Alchemy Shop and a Magic Shop. For now, though, let's see, which one is... There's one peasant around here. I think it's this guy? Yeah. What's the name of this game? This is Might and Magic 7, Freakzilla 87. Alright, so... Mr. Malwick here has a little proposal for us. Ooh. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mr. Malwick. I represent a group of, shall we say, investors in the future. I have been observing you since you arrived on this island, I believe your values and goals have much in common with ours. I am empowered to grant you a fireball wand to help you win the hunt today, in exchange for a favor in the future. What do you say? Well, I don't trust this guy, but I'm gonna do it because wand of fireballs this early in the game? Heck yeah. Excellent. Sometime in the future, I or a representative of my group will call on you to return the favor. I hope you won't disappoint us. Here is your fireball wand. We should not be seen talking again. The others might get suspicious. Ooh. Well, yeah, I absolutely do not trust anything about him, but hey, we're gonna take his wand of fireballs, because that's gonna be really nice. Alright. For now, though, let's head over this way. Pick up these berries. A nice little walk along the shoreline. Alright. Ooh. Got some poppy snaps. Very nice. And more fire resistance. Oh yeah, that's more like it. Ooh. Okay, let's go ahead. Get up here. There's a shrine up, or a pedestal up here as well. And while we're at it, let's shoot at this here boat out there. Whee! It's always fun to do that. Never actually found a practical use for it, but it's fun to do that anyways. Oh, now that we have Day of the Gods active, everyone's a little low on health and mana because all of their stats went up. So everyone's endurance and, well, intellect and/or personality is way higher now. Let's sneak up here. Don't want to get too close to the dragonflies because I don't want to deal with those guys just yet. Pick up all these items. And run away! Before we do, let's cast Wizard Eye so that we can actually see what's going on the mini-map here. Okay, they're far enough away that we should be fine. Okay, now that we're all beefed up, I need to actually talk to someone about this first, I think. Let's head back. Let's actually go the smart way. Let's go up here. Because there's a neat little game over here where if you have enough skills, or enough stats, in whatever skill it says, so in this case it's endurance, and you can easily get them by using that Day of the Gods shrine, or pedestal. You get an extra 3 skill points, which is very nice. Let's see here. Let's work on Roderick's Unarmed. Zoltan's Mace. Can work on Body Magic for Serena. And let's work on Fire Magic for now for Alexis. Gonna make our way down here. Okay. Let's drink from this well, because we're gonna want as much health as we can for this next area I'm gonna go to. And then drink to restore our mana. Oh yeah. Now we're looking beefy. Damn, Roderick, 90 hit points? That's insane at this point. Holy crap.
His Grace,
okay.
Lord Markham, Duke of the Western Lowlands.
Alright. Well, all of this stuff is just flavor, but for now, let's talk about the missing contestants. Keep in mind, I have a 1,000 gold reward for the group to bring back information on the contestants that have disappeared. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and... Actually, we should probably listen to what he says about
Lord
the
Markham,
castle and the
Duke
hunt.
of the
Anyways.
Western Lowlands.
Alright, if you win, you'll be in charge of one of the most scenic areas in all Arathia. Harmondale is just outside of the Telarian forest, right on the edge of the elf-human border. And I'm sure you'll love the castle. It's a bit of a fixer-upper, but it's quite roomy and has excellent ventilation. It breaks my heart to part with this property, but I feel that the time has come for me to give something back to the people. Really? Is that really why you're doing it? Really why you're giving up your castle, Lord Markham? I don't know. I don't know if I believe you on that. Isn't this hunt exciting? I really am grateful you came to my little event, and I hope you have fun, even if you don't win. I think it's great that everyone is competing in a spirit of good sportsmanship and camaraderie. Yeah, that's why we've got a bunch of people who died to a dragon. So, got new quests and new auto notes for the fountains and the missing contestants, respectively. Alright, let's head in here. And I'm actually going to save real quick before we do this, because it's the dragon's lair. You gotta be real careful, you gotta be quick, you gotta run around, pick up all the items you can before he kills all the rats, because otherwise he'll go after you and he will turn you into a shish kebab, or what's the word I'm looking for, like a little meat skewer or something, real quick. Alright, looks like we got everything. Run away! Whew. Alright, we did it. We're alive. Oh,
Beats
wow.
the heck out of me.
Can't help.
We got plate armor. Damn.
I don't know.
Also got a longbow.
I can't identify this.
We got some pretty solid gauntlets. Oh yeah, for the most part, every item you pick up will be unidentified.
Beats the heck out of
And
me.
you'll need the identify item skill to know exactly what it does. For the most part, though, even if you can't identify something, you can always just equip it anyways. Yeah, it will never have negative effects, really, unless it's like an artifact, or unless it's like a relic. But those have such insanely high positive effects that it doesn't even really matter. Okay, well, we're all stacked out with...
But I need it fixed.
Yeah, gotta be careful not to fall too far, because falling damage will get you in this game. Okay, we've got more than 1,000 gold right now. And we've got that shield, so let's head back to Lord Markham here and turn in the shield.
His Grace, Lord Markham, Duke of the Western
There really is a dragon on the island? I thought everyone was referring to the dragonflies everywhere. I'll warn everyone to stay away from that cave so we don't lose anyone else. Alright, do I have anything for the hunt? Good afternoon. My duty is to verify that you have all the items necessary required to win the contest. You are required to bring a red potion, a longbow, a floor tile from the Temple of the Moon, a wealthy hat, seashell, and an instrument to me. You can bring them in any order, just show them to me one at a time so that I may verify them. Well, I don't want to give up my longbow just yet. My longbow is going to be really kick-ass against all these dragonflies that I'm about to fight. Okay, well...
Do you need healing?
Let's go over here and learn Merchant on... Wait, he can't learn Merchant right now? Damn. Okay. I guess monks can't learn Merchant before promotion. Turn Wizard Eye back on. And let's head over to the blacksmith.
Need a new weapon?
So that we can learn how to use bows.
Thanks. Come again.
Alright. Now, I don't have enough bows for everyone, but that's fine. We can give these out. Like that. Okay. Alright, we're about as stacked up as we can get right now, but there's one last thing. Well, make that two, actually. Drink from this fountain here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, give me all that luck. Mmm. Tasty. Now that everyone's up to 11 base luck, you can grab this haste pedestal and go out to fight some dragonflies. Alright. I feel like I should take a brief moment here to mention the little borders around your character here will be green if you're safe, meaning there's no enemies nearby, yellow if there's enemies nearby but not next to you, red if there's enemies within range to melee attack you, and gray if your character is not ready in the initiative order yet. So I'm just gonna shoot all these dragonflies with my arrows. Oh, we got a queen dragonfly or something over there. Yeah, and this little hand over here indicates that I've put the game in turn-based mode. You can do that by pressing enter at any time, and it makes combat a whole lot more manageable. Okay. I'm starting to be able to actually specifically target some of these dragonflies that are shooting at us.
It doesn't even hurt.
But I need it fixed.
Ow!
Yeah, if we did not go to that Day of the Gods shrine beforehand, these guys would be eating our lunch right now. But thanks to the Day of the Gods, we're kind of kicking their butts. Oh, I feel like I should mention, one of the reasons that Monk is so incredibly strong, especially in the early game, well, one of the reasons they're so strong is because they have such a low recovery time. So, recovery time is, how much time it takes between each of your actions. And with unarmed attacks, you have a really fast recovery time. So, old Roderick here, he's getting in multiple hits for every single hit that Zoltan or Alexis are getting in. I think that... Now, Alexis also is unarmed, but she doesn't have skill with unarmed, and what's her speed at? They have the same speed, so I think it's just that she doesn't have skill with it. And Arms Master, maybe? Yeah, I think it's Arms Master as well, being calculated into that.
But I need it fixed.
There we go, took that fire dragonfly out. And when the hand closes its fingers like that, you have like 5 steps you can use to reposition yourself before the next round of combat. Ultimately though, whether or not you use that kind of depends on how strong the enemies are in the area you're currently in. I don't really need to use them all that much against all these dragonflies.
Ow! What a scratch.
Okay. This one over here is a fire dragonfly, so let's take him out. Got him. Oi, what are you doing right up next to us? Hello there, dragonfly friend. There we go. I'm making short work of these guys. Okay.
Please.
That was too easy.
Once again, I just want to say, the game is only this easy when you have frickin' Day of the Gods up. If you don't have that up, it becomes a great deal more difficult to handle all these dragonflies at once. Oh yeah, and if you kill stuff over the water, their corpses will disappear. Which is bad, because you want to pick up all this tasty, tasty gold, especially when you're poor like me. I'm just going to turn the volume on my mic down a little bit. I think that might help with reducing the amount of keyboard feedback there is. Unfortunately, with my setup, there's definitely going to be some. There's not really anything I can do about that. Right, we got a club, we got a seashell for the hunt. Very nice. Some gemstones, reagent, another mace. Whole bunch of reagents and potion bottles. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so I actually have a weapon to give to Alexis now. Okay, it does the exact same. Oh, it's exactly the same as fighting unarmed. That's really sad. Okay, for comparison's sake, with someone who has the mace skill, like Serena here, I'm curious if it actually does count. It doesn't. Wow, okay. Well, I guess I'll equip it, because it will save up some space in my inventory. Okay. Oh boy. So this is one of the things I was talking about earlier with the stats page. So I just cured Zoltan. Okay, so our haste spell ran out, which is why everyone's weak at the moment, except for Zoltan because I just cured him. Now, unfortunately, I don't have much time to do that at the moment because I only have 6 minutes of game time because I have 2 points in body magic. So, I might be able to get 2, maybe 3 of them since I caught it really quick, but I don't think I'll be able to get everyone. Yep, see? It failed when I cast it on Alexis there. Wish Brent knew how to make a red potion.
How are you this afternoon?
Hail and well met. I'm Brent Filliant, contestant in Lord Markham's Scavenger hunt. I know how to make a blue potion, but not red ones. Just about any blue herb will do. Just mix it with an empty bottle and voila! Instant blue potion. I guess that making a red potion is similar, but I'm not sure. They say mixing of potions improperly can have really bad effects. He's not wrong about that. However, mixing a red potion is, like, exactly as easy, literally exactly as
Do
easy
you need healing?
as mixing a blue potion. We're going to go ahead and heal Alexis
Go in peace.
here, just so that we can restore her, remove the weakness condition from her. Weakness, I think, makes you do, is it half damage? Something like that. Makes you do less damage, and that's not good. So, now that we've cleared out all those dragonflies, let's head to the Temple of the Moon. Which is, this temple over here. Oh god, the controls for the map are so retro. Oh. Whee! Yeah, you can't, like, scroll the map or anything. You have to use these little buttons to move around. Ugh. Well, at least it works. That's the important thing. Okay, but yeah, we need to head to this little cave over here, where all that water is coming from, and then we can get some of the rest of the stuff for the hunt. The dripping of water and a strange, unidentifiable squeaking are the only noises that seem to come from the entrance to this cave.
Ew.
Okay.
What's
that smell? Good question. Probably a bunch of rats and stuff. Do I have any new equipment I can use? Not really.
I did it again!
Okay, let's make sure to put Wizard Eye back on so that we can see when enemies show up. There we go, we've got some bats off in the distance here. Let's take those guys out.
Got it.
Now, I don't actually have the disarm traps,
I can't identify this.
so it's odd to me that,
Well, I can't
excuse
do
me, that
everything.
the characters act like they do here. It's as if these things are trapped, but the disarm check for it is at literally 0, so that you can pass the check
what that is.
even with no skill. Alright.
I don't know what that is.
That's a pretty good start for him. A little bit of an improvement to his shield. Okay, I'm like standing on top of one of them. There we go.
That was too easy.
Alright. These rats have been handled. Okay. Bunch of spiders. Let's hit him with a fireball.
Please.
Damn, that was a lot of damage. 24 points. Nice. Oh, took out darn near the entire room of them with just that. Sweet.
I wish I could help.
Well, still not able to identify this stuff, but hey, at least we got loot. Alright, let's
Bring on a bigger challenge.
Piece of cake!
Pathetic.
Ooh, okay. Alright, got another pair of boots. Let's give those to Alexis over here. Alexis currently has my lowest armor class, so I want to do something about that. Okay. Now, charged into this room, because I knew there was a whole bunch of these things, and I wanted to get a good shot with the wand of fireballs before they got to, you know, regroup themselves.
Please.
That was a pretty solid shot. Okay. Oh. There we go. Took a bunch of those guys out. Oof, I'm like literally right on top of it. I can't even see it to shoot at it. There we go. One more shot with the wand of fireballs, and swap them back to the club. Alright. Making real quick work of that, bro. Turn Wizard Eye back on. Alright. There we go. Yeah, looks like we've done a pretty good job exploring this place so far. Just dodge the little firebolt trap. Open up this here door. Ah, good day, gentlemen. Watch out for what? Let's loot these bookcases. Pro tip, you can loot through the bookcases quick by just kind of strafing along them and spamming the spacebar. Okay. Hello, rat friends. Alright, it looks like we got them all. Right, so we got more scrolls and another book. Alright, Torchlight and Awaken. I already know Awaken and Torchlight, so unfortunately I have no use for these, because none of these others will ever be able to use elemental magics. So I'll want to sell those as soon as I can. Let's go ahead and strafe the wall here so we don't get hit by the firebolt trap. Let's head in here too.
Good afternoon.
Hello there, friend. May I have a word with you? Not right now, but I'm sure you'll want to in a moment. Alright, ooh.
I can't identify this.
We got a slightly better mace there.
I can't identify this. I wish I could help.
Okay. Alright, so another pro tip. If you have an unidentified item and you're not sure whether it's better or worse than what you already have on, you can go to your stats. You can grab the item, click on your stats tab, and then try replacing what you currently have in that slot with it, and see how your stats change. As you can see, when I switch to the spiked mace here, I get 2 more points of damage and accuracy. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep using that. Alright, more gold, more gold.
Beats the heck out of me.
Okay, got the wealthy hat.
I can't identify this.
Bunch of gems and stuff. And, okay, yeah, this hammer is even better than the mace I just picked up. 1 more point of accuracy and 1 to 3 more points of damage. Very nice.
I can't identify this.
Yeah, maces are normally 2d4. I think
I
hammers.
can't identify this.
I think hammers have 2d5 for their damage, and I think this is +3 instead of +2. So I think that's how that calculates out like that.
Sorry, no.
Oh, jeez, we're already low on room. All right. Fun time. I see you have a fine hat there. How about a deal? You give me your hat, and we let you keep your lives. No thanks, friend. I'm gonna keep it. I need it for the contest. You should have accepted my offer. Run away! And these guys are now hostile to us. Now, I could have just, left him well enough alone, but I want the experience. And I would much rather have him turn against me without having to attack him than attack him to turn him against me. You know? But yeah, I'm just going to use Alexis as a, what's the word I'm looking for? A point of comparison here. So I'm currently 545 experience short of level 3. And then we're going to kill all these guys and see how we're doing after that.
It's just a cut, but I need it fixed.
Ow! But a scratch.
There we go. Hey, and we got
Beats
another
the heck out of me.
Sorry, no room.
Sweet. Okay. Now these two guards in the other room here have also turned against us. They were probably with Sal's group, so let's go ahead, turn on Wizard Eye. Shoot the guy down before we Oh yeah, you can fight outside of turn-based mode, but usually it's better to turn it on. Okay, so let's see here. What was I looking for? Oh yeah. Okay, these shields have the same exact stats.
I don't know.
Right, we're going to compare her experience. So we were 545 points away. But now, we're only 281 points away. And we also got the longbow. The longbow was the real big win here. And I think we've fully cleared everything that's going on in here. So let's go ahead and head back outside. Make our way carefully down the side here. Alright, so you'll notice if you right click on, well, NPCs, you can see their name and actually their stats. If you have a party member selected with a high enough identify monster skill, you can actually potentially see some or all of these values. But for now, with these peasants, the most interesting thing to me is actually their names. Because you'll notice some of them are just peasant or whatever, and that's basically worthless. But others are like Leslie the chef here, for example. That's actually useful because that tells me, what they would do for me if I were to try and recruit them to join my party up here. Let's see. Traders and chefs are all I'm seeing. There's Mr. Malwick again. Merchant. Merchant might actually be good at this point.
Hi.
Alright. As a longtime member of the Merchants Guild and a former rug merchant myself, I know all the tricks of the trade like the back of my hand. I can give you advice while bargaining with other merchants to improve the prices you get. My fee is but 200 gold to start and 2% of the gold we find. which gives us a 6-point bonus to our merchant skill. Excuse me. So yeah, that's pretty solid. I'll go ahead and hire her for now. Probably won't keep her for too long though. I'll at least keep her until we find something better though.
Hello.
I studied under Thomas Gray in the School of Sorcery for years to learn to tell one magic item from another. I'll work for you for 500 gold to start, plus a 5% share of all the gold we find. Alright, unlimited item identification and a 5% bonus on experience gained. The problem with this is it's more expensive and less experience gained than a teacher or whatever the other one is, instructor, I think. So I'd rather get one of those.
His Grace, Lord Markham, Duke of the Western Lowlands.
Alright, return in the quest to Lord Markham. Now it's time to turn everything in to Thomas the Judge. What took you so long? Almost every group has turned in a red potion by now. This is the easiest item in the hunt to manage, but better late than never. I will mark it off your list. A beautiful shell, much like the ones that Sally sells. Oh, God. Sally sells shells by the seashore? Oh, no. This certainly came from Emerald Island. I shall mark the shell off your list. This longbow certainly qualifies for the hunt. Good work. I shall mark that off your list. Adventurers indeed. I didn't expect anyone to bring back a tile so quickly. This is certainly a tile from the temple, however, so I shall mark the tile off your list. I see you have found a wealthy hat. I shall mark this off your list accordingly. Good work. What am I missing? A musical instrument. Ah, didn't I see someone who was a bard earlier? Yeah.
Hello.
Hello there, friend. You say you need an instrument for the scavenger hunt? I suppose you could buy my loot, but I've had it for such a long time. I guess I'd part with it for 500 gold. Interested? Yeah. Give me that stuff. I need to finish the quest.
His Grace, Lord Markham, Duke of the Western Lowlands.
A fine loot this is. Let me mark off the instrument from your list. Oh, now's a good point to mention. If you haven't done it by now, I'm pretty sure that once you do this next conversation with Thomas the Judge, that you lock yourself out of being able to turn in the missing contestants quest. So, something to keep in mind. I do vaguely remember that being the case when I was playing this in the past. Well, that's all 6 items. You're the winner of the contest. I suggest you talk to Lord Markham for the details on gaining your fiefdom. My work is done here. Yeah, because you see, now all he'll say is congratulations. Nice to see you again. How are you doing on the hunt? Congratulations! You are the new Lords of Harmondale. Isn't it thrilling? You can't imagine how good it feels for me to give this property away to you. All of the benefits and rewards, and of course the responsibilities of governing the town of Harmondale are now yours. Lord Markham produces a deed and contract. Just sign here, and if I could just get your initials here. Yes. Well, that's that. You're all set. And once again, congratulations. Well, the ship that will take you to your fiefdom awaits you in the harbor. My entourage and I will be taking a different ship out. Just board whenever you're ready. Yeah, you got it, buddy. We'll make our way to the ship soonish. For now, though...
Need some training?
We need some training.
That's the ticket. That's the ticket.
So, pro tip, with training, it skips a full week ahead of the day that you're at in game time. and sets the time to 9 a.m. looks like, or 9 p.m. if you do it in a place that's open from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Pretty sure. Most shops in the game have operating hours from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. though. Okay, now that we've done a little bit of leveling up, let's raise her merchant skill a bit. And
need some training? That's the ticket. That's the
do
ticket.
some more leveling up. We can get her merchant skill up to 4. Okay, unarmed up to 4. And then dodging. Look on his mace, his bow, and his shield. Did I not pick up merchant for her?
Do you need healing?
I guess I didn't. Okay.
Go in peace.
Alright. Now that everyone who can get it has merchant,
Need a new weapon?
let's go over here and learn some skills.
Thanks. Come again.
Okay.
Well, I can't do everything.
Ooh. Just occurred to me. Since I don't have a sorcerer in my party, I'm not going to be able to get Grandmaster ID item.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I guess my cleric is my alchemist too. That's not good.
Can I help you
Don't
with
want to
anything?
have to double up on that. Oh no. Oh my god. I can't actually learn identify item on anyone. Well, you know what? I said earlier that I was not going to pick up a scholar, but maybe I should, actually. Maybe I should.
What a piece of junk.
Let's go ahead
What a piece of junk.
Let's leave it behind.
and just go through and identify all my stuff. Let's leave it behind. I always like to keep things like this on my primary or on my character in the first slot. Okay, it feels really weird having Zoltan be able to identify stuff.
Ridiculous.
This is worthless.
Yeah, okay. Most of this stuff is absolutely worthless, that's true. Let's go ahead.
Need some training? That's the ticket. That's the ticket.
Everyone's up to level 4. Poggers. Let's get bodybuilding. Yeah. Then let's head over and learn some armor skills while we're at it. How many pieces of armor do I have? So I have 1 equipped on him, and I have a bunch of extras. Okay.
See anything you want?
I can sell these off. Then we can learn leather and shield. Leather, leather.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Let's equip the strongest shields I can. And then sell all of the other ones. Okay.
See anything you want?
Money, 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 money.
Thanks a lot.
Money. Okay, well, the crappy thing now is that because I had to give up one of my longbows for the contest, I only have 3 ranged weapons total. Right now, at the moment, because of how low my dodging skill is, it's actually better for me to use the leather armor, although it does increase my recovery time. So, you'll notice it gives me a penalty of 10 points to my recovery time. So, I might be better off, instead of equipping leather armor on him, investing in my dodging skill, which basically just gives you the points to your armor class. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, and then over here, gotta go for that body magic. Okay, let's work on air magic and water magic a bit. Man, I'm gonna have a real rough time in the end game without Grandmaster Water Magic. Oh, the things I put myself through. Okay. You know what? Even though he's not going to focus on it, I'm gonna go ahead and increase Zoltan's merchant skill to expert as well as hers. Just because I can, because there are some things that you have to buy individually for each character, like, you know, training at the frickin', what do you call it? The training grounds. So, yeah. Also learning new skills, so stuff like that.
Come in, come in.
Okay, can I already learn Disarm Trap on my monk? Yes, I can. Perfect. Okay. Well, we're pretty much broke right now, but that's okay, because we're about to head to a new area with a whole bunch of new stuff to deal with. Let's do it.
Welcome aboard! Congratulations, my friends. Your new castle is located in Harmondale, a peaceful village on the edge of the elvish kingdom of Tularia, but firmly within human territory. Though there are many privileges to being the lord of this estate, there are many responsibilities as well. Public safety, for example. And oh, I almost forgot. Goblins have taken an interest in your new lands. I'm sure brave adventurers such as yourselves will have no trouble with them. So, enjoy your new home. May you rule your lands wisely.
All right. So you'll notice the followers are taking a little bit of all the gold that I find. Okay. Well, for now, since I don't have enough gold to do certain things, I'm gonna go ahead and head inside. Ah, the new lords. Please excuse the condition of the castle. It's been a while since anyone has taken proper care of it. I would have greeted you indoors, but for the goblins. A small tribe of them has moved inside. I've asked them to leave, but they won't listen to me. They were quite rude, as a matter of fact. Perhaps you could talk to them. I'll be in the On the House Tavern here in Harmondale should you manage to convince them to leave. Yeah, well...
What's that?
So we got a bunch of rats over in this direction. Let's take care of them.
What a scratch.
It's just a cut, but I need it fixed.
What a scratch.
Oh, please. It's just a cut, but I need it fixed. Ow!
Sorry, just a moment, yeah? There we go.
What a scratch.
Boy, these rats are taking a while to die.
Ow!
What a scratch.
Die already, rats! Free!
Ow!
What a scratch. That one hurts.
Ow!
Damn!
Come on, can't you see?
Leave our squishies alone! And they're not so squishies too!
Come on, can't you see I'm in distress?
Well, poop. They already diseased our cleric.
Ow! Bring on a bigger challenge. That was too easy.
Now, disease is a little more serious of a condition than weak. However, I don't think it applies a penalty to your damage like weak does, so that's good at least. But it applies a big penalty to a lot of our stats here. Let's see. Fortunately, I do have the alchemy skill on my cleric here, but only her because I was dumb and didn't think to plan ahead. But anyways, I have a cure disease potion if necessary. And I also have reagents to make more if I need them. But for now, I'm just going to, since she's already diseased, I might as well have her loot these things. I'm going to try and take out these rats in the corridors. Looks like these ones are all giant rats, so... Oh, no, one of them was a lightning rat. Yeah, giant rats don't have any ranged attacks, which makes them really easy to deal with at a distance. However, the lightning and fire rats have an attack of the respective element. So, those can be kind of annoying. So I'm just opening up these books so that they'll stop flashing, you know? Can be kind of annoying when they do that. Let's grab these horseshoes. We'll head back in a moment, but there's a couple of things I want to do first. Okay. Got some crates here. Nope, don't want those. At least not in those numbers. And
Rubbish.
aha! We got another longbow. Alright, we can actually start
Ridiculous.
kicking butt now. Okay, cool. So, who do I give the longbow to? Probably my monk, actually. I mean, it's not like he'll, at least for now, be bothering with any spells, because he doesn't have access to spells yet. He has to be promoted first. And he has higher accuracy than either my cleric or my paladin. Jeez, her accuracy is so terrible because of the disease. Oof. Anyways, go ahead and put
This is
some
worthless.
of this stuff. Okay. Alright.
How are you this afternoon?
Good day, my lords. How do you fare? If you seek aid from Arathia, light the beacon fires near the roads to the Barrow Downs, Arathia and the Tularian Forest. The Arathian forces near here will see the fires and rush to your aid. Okay, buddy. Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff I can sell right now.
You'll have to get rid of
Maybe
something
not
first.
the spear. We'll see about this spear. Gosh, I can just sell all of these. Woof. Let's see, what else have I got that I can easily sell? I think all of this stuff is good to go. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, I don't have access to a merchant expert yet, but
Need a new weapon?
I can at least sell this junk for now and make a little bit off of it. Can I learn spear here? No, I can't. Well, boop.
Thanks. Come again.
Can I help you with anything? Thanks. Come again.
Okay, there we go. Now we're doing a little bit better on that.
See anything you want?
Okay, I can do chain armor for those two here. Actually, those three.
Thanks a lot.
Who among them has the lowest armor? She does. Okay.
You'll have to get rid of something first.
See anything you want?
Thanks a lot.
She's also a good choice because as an archer, she can get Grandmaster Chain, which is going to be really nice. Okay, let's see. Okay, I should be able to increase some of my skills here. Let's see. Well, unfortunately, I don't have enough gold to get his unarmed and/or dodging up. We can deal with that stuff later. Greetings, my lords. I have a moment of your time. My brother Elron was an avid Arkham Age player. Have you played Arkham Age yet? Horribly addicting game, if I do say so. I can vouch for that. It is very addicting. I really enjoy Arkham Age. At any rate, you can only play if you have a deck, and decks are hard to come by, so I guess you probably haven't. In any case, Elron wanted to go over some strategies to help him win more games. Unfortunately, he didn't want to be in town because he didn't want anyone else to spy on him, learn his tricks, so he went to the White Cliff Caves southeast a bit from town. Elron hasn't been back in almost a week. I'm certain something horrible has happened to him, but if he's alive, I'd like to know that too. Would you do me the service of locating him? I don't have a lot of money to pay you back with, but I'd be greatly in your debt. We can absolutely help you out with that, friend. Just, give me a sec here and we'll, but we'll probably need to get a little tougher before we can handle that, in all honesty. Okay.
Do you need medical attention?
We have no one to turn to but you, the new lords of Harmondale. The Lantern of Light is a treasured holy relic used by the temples of Arathia. Its value is more symbolic than of power. Without it, the temple's servants lose faith. This lantern disappeared while being brought to this temple from the temple in Stone City. We believe it was lost somewhere in the maze-like barrows. Please find it and return it to us. We can look into that for you, fella.
Take care.
Ooh, I should check in at the town hall too. What's the bounty this month? Oh god, an elven defender. Well, that's not happening. At least we can get Serena here that's what I'm looking for. Can get her an improvement in her body magic, which will be very useful. Okay. So we'll get auto notes for any of the Master or Grandmaster trainers if we talk to the Expert and Master trainers and ask them about the appropriate questions. Okay, so ooh, plate, nice. Some good chain. Some leather, a bit of a better dagger.
Ah, so powerful.
Okay, wow, this is really good. Oop.
You'll have to get rid of something first.
Okay. There we go. Who among us... Okay, I haven't taught anyone to use daggers yet, but this dagger would be an improvement over the sword that Alexis is using right now because of the boost to the accuracy and stuff. Alright.
Ow! What a scratch.
My fault. Ridiculous.
Okay, got a letter to Harmondale. Isn't he that guy we talked to outside the tavern? Harmondale, light the signal fires when you know that the humans are all at their weakest. We will arrive within days of seeing your signal. Do not betray me again. You must leave your personal interests behind if you wish to survive in my tribe. Grognard the Great. Seems that Harmondale guy was not to be trusted. Okay, let's give Roderick here a couple skill points so he can boost his disarm trap a bit.
Got it.
Okay, we actually did it this time.
Ridiculous.
Ooh. Okay. Alright, now on the minimap here, you'll notice that it indicates that there's like other paths and stuff. But those won't be unlocked until we reach a certain point in the story. So just pretend those aren't.
Oh, please.
Ah, what a scratch.
It doesn't even hurt.
Die, you rats.
Ow!
Oh, come on. Die!
That was too easy. Ow!
Oh, please.
Oh, I thought we killed him. Okay. Let's see, we've got a blue barrel and an orange barrel. Now these barrels will increase your primary stats a little bit, depending on your class. Or, not depending on your class. They'll just increase your primary stats a little bit, and depending on what class you are, you may want to assign them to certain particular characters. For example, orange here gives intellect. And my archer is the only one who will ever use intellect in this party. So we're going to give those to her. Blue is personality. For now, we're going to give all of those to my cleric. At a certain point, I'm probably going to switch it up and start giving them to my paladin first, and then my monk. So. Hello, rats. Ooh, wizard I wore off. That's not good.
Got it. Rubbish.
Okay, more gloves and helms. Okay, let's put those on. Perfect. Freaking gloves, really?
Rubbish.
Okay, some shields. Now, if you're wondering why the items are just, like, disappearing as I'm picking them up, or shortly after I pick them up, it's because I'm just pressing numbers 1 through 4 to send it to the appropriate party member. Okay, does anyone else have shields? No. Just checking. Finally, some actual goblins. Also, the goblins in this game look so much more badass than any other goblins in, like, any other form of media. I just want to point that out.
Bring on a bigger challenge.
Ow!
I mean, I guess you have something like Goblin Slayer, but, like, those goblins, for the most part, with the exception of, like, the really big ones, aren't all that badass looking. It's just that they're, like, evil, you know? They're still scrawny little goblins, but they're just evil looking, you know? These guys, they look pretty buff. They look like they could give you a run for your money in, like, you know, a weightlifting contest or something. I don't know. I'm one to talk about that. Let's take these guys down.
It doesn't even hurt.
Die already, you darn goblins.
Ow!
Alright. Yellow barrel is for accuracy. Let's give that to my cleric. Some stats you kind of sort of want to balance on, like, everyone. Endurance is definitely one of those. Accuracy is also one of those. Might you can focus more on just your primary big damage dealers. Accuracy. Okay. There we go. And also, you know, you do suffer from diminishing returns in terms of the actual benefits you get from, you know, investing in each of the stats. So, something to keep in mind. The diminishing returns are most noticeable after you reach 50, by the way. At least I've found that to be the case. Oof.
It doesn't even hurt. Ow!
Let's run away from whatever that is. Oh, looks like it's just a bunch of rats.
Pathetic.
Easy peasy.
Oh, please.
Oh, hello, goblin friends. Meet my arrows. Pew, 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 pew. Got him. Alright, ooh.
Ah, this is worthless.
Less worthless than this. Haha. Okay, what do we got here? Red barrel, purple barrel. You drink the red barrel, and you drink the purple barrel. So, purple is speed, red is might. Since I'm playing an archer instead of a sorcerer, I do actually want to have at least a certain amount of things.
Piece of cake.
I actually do want to invest a little bit in my might on my archer, you know? Because archers are actually pretty solid in melee combat, too.
It doesn't even hurt.
Oh, I should mention, goblins have, so you might have noticed the enemies have really been dogpiling on my cleric here. And that is because goblins have a favored enemy. So the enemies in the game can have favored enemies based on either class or race of your party. And in the case of goblins, they favor attacking dwarves. And since my cleric is a dwarf, well, there you have it. Makes the early game a bit more difficult, because there's a lot of goblins to deal with in the early game. But later on, it's not so much of a problem. But anyways, we're running really low on mana right now, so let's make a mana potion.
Perfect.
And
Let's
drink
make
it on
more.
up. There we go. And let's hug this wall while we make our way up so we don't pull whatever is in this room. And pew pew pew. Boy, no accuracy today, huh? Run away! Run away!
Ow!
Even with the Stone Skin Shrine giving us an extra 10 AC, I'm having a bit of a rough go of it with these guys. Just goes to show how much that Day of the Gods pedestal really makes the game a lot easier on the starting island. Personally, I think the most important thing that that Day of the Gods pedestal does is it boosts your accuracy by a lot.
Oh, please.
You know? Like, I feel like that's the biggest struggle in the early game, is just actually hitting with your attacks. Let's heal myself up there. Oof, what are you guys doing actually being in melee range of me? Free! Okay, we got him. Yeah, the AI for enemies trying to run away in this game is not exactly the best. They just kind of they just kind of like go as straight or far away from you as they can. You know, they don't know how to like, that's what I'm looking for.
Hot stuff.
You know, they don't know that like, if they're just hiding in the back of this room here, I'll just, you know, use turn-based mode so they can't move for a bit and mow them down. I'm not sure if there would be a way to fix that with mods, although, honestly, in a place like this, it's not like you could do much. Yeah. Because this is a very enclosed area, after all. Die, you bats and rats.
It doesn't even hurt.
Ow! Ow! Bring on a bigger challenge.
Aha!
Okay. And we have cleared everything out. Huzzah! Alright, what do we got here? Another blue barrel. All the personality goes to her until she reaches 50. All the orange goes to her. Forever. More food, very nice. Good accuracy. Trying my best to balance the accuracy out. Okay, I guess I already got these. Yeah. Oh, good. This went a little bit better than last time. In case you didn't see it, last week I tried streaming this game too, but I had a whole bunch of audio issues that I'm like 90% certain that I solved. More like 99% certain. If there are any audio issues, then of course let me know in the chat, but I'm pretty darn certain that the things that I changed about my setup will have dealt with any and all audio issues. So, right, the town hall didn't have anything useful going on. Let's head over to the unarmed and dodging trainer, and which one do I want first? Probably unarmed, because he does really low damage at the moment. Yeah, that's the ticket. From 1 to 2 damage to 4 to 6. Okay, we're not yet at the point of leveling up. Now let's grab some of these. Not all of them, just like... just a few of them, so that if we do need mana potions, we'll have the reagents for it. Now let's refresh Stone Skin and call out the traitor. What? You wouldn't believe this fabrication, would you? I would never dream of sabotaging your rule here. Ah, prepare to die. Boy, he sure gave up on that fast. Whew. Whew. Okay, come on.
That was too easy.
Okay. Took those guys out real easily. Alright, I just wanted to make sure that there was a nice green area for me over here.
Come in, come in.
Alright. Thank heavens you've cleaned them out. Now we need to find a way to clean up the castle and rebuild the damaged sections. The only people I can think of who would have the inclination and the ability to do this are the dwarves in Stone City, located in the Barrow Downs to the south. The entrance to Stone City lies in the center of the Barrow Downs on one of the largest hills. Yeah, the Barrow Downs is a really tricky place to get around in. Let's try learning Disarm Trap on my archer. I'm not sure whether she or my monk will be better for it, but no harm in having them both know how to do it to a certain extent. My lords, I was beset by foul bandits when I returned from Avley, and they took everything I had brought with me from the elves. They even took my signet ring. Without it, I cannot continue my business because I cannot seal contracts between myself and other merchants. I've heard the bandits base themselves out of a camp in Arathia, but I'm no warrior. I'd not last a minute against them. Please go to Arathia and see this justice done. Yeah, you got it, Davric Palladium. We will be sure to deal with that in a little bit. Okay,
Ridiculous.
So I should be able to just sell off all that stuff. Let's see. Is this the armor shop? Yeah, this is the armor shop.
See anything you want?
So, sell. Sell all the things.
Oh, what a piece of junk.
Yep, sell that too. Okay. Now that plate armor should have been with a good deal for me, so.
Need a new weapon?
Sell these. Okay, learn dagger for her.
Thanks.
Okay. So yeah, it's lower damage, but much better hit and more consistent damage. So I think that that is worth it.
Need a new weapon?
Sell that.
Thanks. Come again.
And let's organize my stuff a little here. Here we go. Okay. Now, ooh, she can only get up to expert. And unfortunately, monks can only get up to master if you pick the evil path later on in the game. However, that does mean that they can only get up to basic magic skills. So I'm probably going to end up having to pick the evil path just so I can have someone who can deal with traps.
Can I help you with anything? Thanks. Come again.
Okay. I did not do that on purpose. I'm just glad I missed. Whew. Didn't want to shoot my own peasants. Okay. Yeah, let's
That's the ticket. That's the
let's
ticket.
level everyone up. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, gotta go for level 4 air magic. So, I feel like this is a good time to talk about this, since we've actually gotten some skills high enough for it. So, as far as actually being able to promote your skills to higher tiers, you know, from normal to expert to master to grandmaster, you have to be at certain specific skill level thresholds. So to get from normal to expert, you need to be at skill level 4. To get from expert to master, you need to be at skill level 7. And to get from master to grandmaster, you need to be at level 10. And you may have already noticed, but raising your skills costs a number of skill points equal to the skill level you're trying to get to. So it cost me 5 skill points to get body magic from skill level 4 to 5. That's the super duper basic rundown of how that works.
Hello.
Yeah. Also, it's winter, so there's no fruits on these frickin' trees. Sad. Okay, ah yes, I can pick skills for him. Yeah. Gotta get his disarm trap up a little bit. Let's see, I'm trying to remember if there's a disarm trap expert in town. Quickest way for me to tell would be to check if I have notes for disarm trap master. No, I don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's not a trainer for that here, unfortunately. Alright, here's the fun part. Got a crap ton of goblins to go murderize. But first, let's grab that stone skin pedestal. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need that armor class. Die, you goblins! Alright, so in the center of the map here, it's kind of like around this area, there's a nice little fort with some how should I put it? Well, you can kind of see it from here if I angle it right. But basically, you can use these mechanisms on the fort to fire attacks at the goblins and take care of most of them for you. Oh shit, gotta get away from the Death Blossom. Okay. And you can literally just keep the game in turn-based mode and spam this thing. Like, every time I clicked that, it sent out a new spell of death and destruction.
Ow!
Should be able to take out some of these goblins out here, at least.
Ow!
Oof. Having a bunch of goblin lords in melee range is not my idea of a good time. Let's take these guys out. Yes, walk into the death trap, you fools! You also need to make sure not to step too close to it, because I think one of the spells that it casts is Fireball, and if they're close enough to the button... Oh boy. Well, I triggered the goblin reinforcements. Let's take care of that. Die, all you goblins! Okay, this one actually made it into the fort here. Let's take him out. Okay. Whew. Ugh. That's a lot of goblin corpses. Should be worth a pretty penny at the end of the day.
Oh, please.
Die, you goblins!
It doesn't even hurt.
Now, these goblin lords are a lot tougher than the other goblins. You can actually tell because their health bar is longer than the other ones. The other ones have such little health that they have the minimum length health bar, but the goblin lords have enough that they actually have it extended a little bit. I think the goblin lords have something like 40 or 45 or something like that hit points. So, yeah, nothing too crazy, but enough that it actually takes us a sec to take them down. Excuse me.
Ow! It doesn't even hurt. It doesn't even hurt.
Jeez.
It doesn't even hurt. It doesn't even hurt.
Okay. Boy, our swordsman was doing a great job there, but he finally fell.
It doesn't even hurt.
Which is fine, because now I get to loot his body for more monies.
It doesn't even hurt.
I feel I should point this out. Archers and rangers are the only ones who are able to get master bow, and only archers can get grandmaster bow. Bows become really freaking good with archers. You know, especially once you reach the firing 2 arrows on every attack, and even more so with the adding your skill level to your damage, because man, that really adds up. Especially because at that point, that's plus 10 damage. Times 2 because you're firing 2 shots at once. So, it's pretty freaking good, man. Leave my cleric alone, you poopers. I'm really glad I went for expert body magic. Like, right now, my heal is healing for like 20 hit points, I think. Whereas, at the very beginning of the game, it was only 7. Big improvement there.
doesn't even hurt.
Bring it on, you goblins!
Oh, please.
So I find that the easiest part
hurt.
of this game, as well as the other games in the Might and Magic series, ignoring the modded versions of those, of course, just the vanilla games, potentially with bug fix mods installed. I find that the hardest, or the easiest part of the games rather, tends to be about in the middle, because in the early game, you don't really have enough mana on your healers to go, to keep going at it for an extended period of time. And your spellcasters, your damaging spellcasters, they'll tend to run out of mana real quick, and they don't have enough stats to be able to do anything once they're out of mana. Just anything useful. Like, they might occasionally chime in with, like, 2 points of damage with their staff attack or whatever, if you're using a sorcerer, for example.
Ow! It doesn't even hurt.
However, the early game, in the middle of the game, you actually have enough mana that's the case, and the enemies haven't quite scaled up yet to the point where, they all have ridiculous amounts of health and some ridiculous freaking spells and stuff like that. And frankly, in the modded versions of these games, I would definitely say that the endgame is by far the hardest. In particular, there's a mod for Might and Magic 7 called Maestro's Mod, named after the creator of the mod. And while I really, really love playing that mod, it's so much fun. There's all sorts of crazy stuff you can do in it. The classes are all revamped and have like different names and stuff. But the problem is, like, towards the end of the game, it just kind of becomes like enemy spam of ridiculously powerful monsters, And, like, some of them just have ridiculously broken stuff, Like, it's not fun when you're just getting flattened by an army of behemoths spamming Rock Blast at you, That said, though, the early game in the vanilla unmodded version of the game is probably easier than the late game. Oh, sorry, probably harder. Not easier. Because in the late game, you can get access to the invisibility spell, which is part of why Sorcerer is so incredibly overpowered. Invisibility is just crazy stupid broken. And speaking of, I'm going to have a real rough time in a certain area if I go on the good path. So I'm probably going to want to play evil regardless.
It doesn't even hurt.
And the evil area is really rough too, but the good area is... whew. Man. I'm sorry, I'm getting into some technically slightly spoilery stuff. I'll hold off on talking about that.
It doesn't even hurt.
Also, are there enough goblins in this place? Damn it, leave my frickin' cleric alone!
Perfect.
Jeez.
hurt.
Okay, let's let my cleric actually take their turn, please. Thank you. I hate when they, like, miss 20 times in a row to suddenly hit all consecutively, killing my cleric, you know, in between the time... Yep. Like, from this point where some of the heal would be wasted. You know? It's a whole mess.
Ow!
Okay. Alright.
Ow!
Right, goblins have been not yet defeated because there's still so many more of them.
Ow! Ow! It doesn't even hurt.
Wow, are these all frickin' goblin lords? Oh no, there's a couple that aren't lords in the back. You can tell because they're wearing different color shirts.
Bring on a bigger challenge.
Ow!
Well, looks like they took out my soldier buddy there. Oh well, at least I get to loot him
It
now.
doesn't even hurt. It doesn't even hurt.
Come on.
Ow!
Die! Die!
Pathetic.
Yeah, the regular goblins, the ones with the yellow shirts, they're real easy to deal with. It's just those darn goblin lords that are a problem. Even the hobgoblins aren't too bad.
Ow! It doesn't even hurt.
Okay,
Perfect.
there we go.
Success.
Slightly empowered that. And we're good to go. This one's running away. Let's take him down. So he doesn't fire off shots at me while I'm trying to handle the others.
Oh, please.
Got him.
It doesn't even hurt. It doesn't even hurt.
Oh yeah.
Ow! It doesn't even...
Stop dodging all my attacks, you goblin! Okay. Whew. Well, we finally took them out. Ah, the obelisk. We have our first clue. Yeah, I
Ridiculous.
do not remember the cipher, I guess, that you use for solving the obelisks in this game, but I do remember what the solution is. So, once we get to the point where we can actually do that, I'll look up what the cipher is
Rubbish.
so that I can let you all know.
Ridiculous.
It's a little more complicated than it was in Might and Magic 6, that's for sure. Alright, time to run around and loot all these corpses. Okay. We're already up to enough money to get my monk another level in one of his skills. So that's good. Okay. Little hatch there with the chest inside.
Rubbish.
Alright. Fragment of a soldier's diary. Can't hold on much longer. The goblins have received assistance from some large flying creature, and they began falling from the skies soon after we took the fort. I don't think we are going to survive much longer. I'm going to miss my wife and family. Oof. Bruh. That sucks. Feels bad, man. Oof. Curious what flying creature it's referring to. I actually don't know. Trying to think what it could be, though. We got more goblins! I'm curious what they were looking at over that way. Huh. I think it bears mentioning at this point, every creature in this game, including peasants actually, has 3 tiers to it, which are distinguishable by, well, in addition to the names, of course, slightly different color palette.
Ow! It doesn't even hurt.
I should not have just walked off so suddenly like that. Oof. Okay, so pro tip, if you approach this, what's the word I'm looking for, this side of the hill here, you can actually make it up here if you jump by pressing the X button, and then if you aim at that corner, you can actually make it up top. Which is good for 2 reasons. Actually, it's not all that great for dealing with those goblins because you can't get a good angle at them. But it's good because you can find that beacon fire. You know, one of the ones that Harmondale was telling you about, that he claimed would summon reinforcements, but actually summons more goblins. And you actually do want to summon those goblins, because it's just a bunch of free experience.
Okay. It doesn't even hurt. Piece of cake!
I have the high ground now. Okay. Boop. Go. Okay. Ooh, did I get both chests over here? I say both, but it might actually just be one. Okay, I got that one, and I got that one. Just wanted to make sure. Whew. Yeah, I don't have expert air magic yet, so I don't have tracking of chests and items. Actually, I think points of interest, like chests, doesn't come until you get master air, so... So one of the nice things with the Grayface mod, which is the mod that just, fixes issues with the game and makes it run better on modern systems, allows you to not have to put the CD in if you have the CD installation of it and stuff like that, is that it also has the ability to double the speed at which the game runs, which is what I'm using right now. It'll save us a lot of time, going around and doing stuff. But I'm only going to use it for cleanup and stuff like this. I don't intend to use it like I normally use it when I'm playing through this game, which is to say, just to speed through everything.
Let's leave it behind.
I'm going to try my best to limit myself to only using it to speed through really tedious stuff that's not actually, combat or anything like that. Yeah, not really worth doing that, because I can get him expert dodging in any second here, and that will be an improvement. So, he already has gauntlets, so let's get those two. Zoltan, I think everyone has a helmet and gauntlets now, so that's nice. Yeah. Okay, we're doing pretty good there. So let's loot the last of these goblins' corpses. Then we can head back to town. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't actually complete any quests doing that. Alright, back to normal speed here. We have enough money now, we might actually just be able to buy all of the remaining skills that we weren't able to pick up earlier.
See anything you want?
Right, let's sell the armor here.
Oh, what a piece of junk.
Thanks a lot.
And then let's sell the weapons. Including these dwarven daggers. Because, unfortunately, I'm a little too far off from having expert dagger on anyone for that to actually be useful.
Can I help you with anything?
Okay. Well, a bunch of us can pick up repair item, which will be somewhat useful.
Come again.
We can all afford to level up again, so let's do that.
Need some training? That's the ticket. That's the ticket.
And while we're at it, let's pick up Arms Master and Bodybuilding for everyone who can afford it. because that will be a bit of a boost for everyone. I mean, even for her, you know, this reduces her recovery time by 1 point, I believe, and yeah, you know, 78 is better than 80 recovery time. 78 is better than 79 recovery time too. Alright, let's teach you Dodging Expert. Oh yeah. So now, now I actually lose armor class by putting the leather armor on. Haha! Yeah. So, can't wait to get to Grandmaster when I'll be able to get the benefits of both. With no recovery penalty too, because by then it'll be really easy for me to get expert leather. For now though, let's see. Yeah, let's focus on unarmed, because Master Unarmed is going to make a big difference for him. Let's work on Merchant for her a little bit. Probably should have done that ahead of time, but whatever. Okay. Well, with level 4 air magic, Wizard Eye actually lasts 4 full hours, which is a decent amount of time. Got another 1130 gold. Let's see if, at the very least, we should be able to pick up some learning for
Welcome to the Fire Guild.
Oh, this is painful.
You don't have enough gold.
This is disappointing to no end. Is it less expensive in the Air Guild, maybe?
Welcome to the Air Guild.
Nope. I didn't think it would be. I think it's less expensive on Emerald Island for some reason. But damn, it's so expensive to do that. Jeez. Okay. Well, let's head up here. There's 2 more buildings on this big hillside here. We've got Water Magic Grandmaster and a Nobody. And then we've got Disarm Trap Master and Stealing Expert. Well, we can, yeah, we can deal with that later. You know, what I would really love to see is a modern, like a modernized version of this, you know? Because I really love these games, but some things about them could just really use, like, just a little quality of life improvement. You know, a little quality of life tweak to make them just a little better, you know? Okay, so this is our first class promotion quest. It is normal for novice monks to ask for the path of enlightenment. I shall tell you of the path, though the journey is yours to make. In the Barrow Downs is a series of tombs, one which was constructed on a site of great natural power. You will know the right barrow because it is different from the rest. Reach this barrow and meditate by the water, and your promotion to initiate will be complete. Alright, and I believe that gives us access to the last of the guilds, so that's good. Let's see. Sword Grandmaster, Axe Expert. They did a little bit towards this end in Might and Magic 8. when you talk to people in like their houses that are like skill instructors or stuff, they had little icons that would show up on the map that would tell you which ones they are. But you know, it's so we got perception, expert, and identify grandmaster here. It still wasn't ideal though, because you know, there was no like searching for things, you know? No like search bar or anything. Alright. Now, if you follow the road, it leads you straight to the Barrow Downs, and we don't want to go there quite yet. Okay, please tell me that the thing is on this side. I'm gonna be really annoyed with myself if it's on the other side. Ah, good. Okay, we've done 2 of the 3 signal fires now. At least I'm pretty sure there's only 3. Okay. Couple more goblins here, but given the amount of goblins we've already taken out, these should take no effort.
Ow! It doesn't even hurt. Ow! It doesn't even hurt.
Die already, goblin! There we go. Okay. There's a few more goblins over that way. We'll deal with them soon. But first, we shall light the 3rd signal fire! Ha-ha! Now, I know there's a chest on this hill somewhere. I think it's over this way. Yeah, there it is. Secret little treasure chest if you take the time to look for it. With a couple hundred gold in it. Very nice. All right. Ooh, yeah, the bridge is eating my arrows. Let's head over here and shoot these guys down.
It doesn't even... It doesn't even hurt. It doesn't even hurt.
Okay. Gotcha.
Ow!
The Goblin Lords are the ones who do basically all the damage to us.
That was too easy.
Doesn't even hurt.
Haha. Okay.
Ridiculous.
Okay, another gemstone. I'm pretty sure there's a treasure chest on here somewhere. It might be down...
Ow! It doesn't even hurt.
Not sure. Oh, there it is. Completely walked right past it.
Ridiculous.
Okay. Oh, and if you're wondering why I keep double-checking chests, it's because sometimes, and this admittedly happens a lot more either in Might and Magic 8 or in modded versions of the games, but it is possible for a chest to be like overloaded with items, basically, and in that case, you know, if there's more items than would actually fit within the area, within the chest, if you open it again after looting some of them, the rest of the stuff will show up. So, that's why I like to double check. So yeah, you got the Arbiter here. He can help you out with stuff. If you lose a quest item, he'll replace it for you. He also has hints for you. You know, you can turn to him if you're lost as to what to do, but or if you misplace a quest item. But honestly, I tend not to need to go to him. At least not anymore. I used to get stuck all the time as a kid and have to go back to him constantly, but well, screw it. So yeah, the water here, if you try to go past a certain point, it gets too deep and it won't let you. And if you try to jump, you know, to get onto that point by pressing X, you will start to drown and take damage pretty quickly over time. So, I'm not going to be doing that. Alright, for now though, since I've done basically everything there is to do here in Harmondale, I'm going to head back to town first. I want to see if the stables will take me to the location that I want to go, and if not, then I'll go somewhere else. Which is to say, I'll just walk to my destination instead of paying for a stagecoach. I love the music in this game. In fact, I find one of the things that brings me back to a game more than anything else.
Come in,
you know,
come
like almost every game has something to it that, you know, is really good. I say almost because there are some games that just don't have anything good to them, but anyways, I feel like the thing that tends to bring me back to a game the most is a really good soundtrack. You know, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, the main game that I play on this channel, that has a stunning soundtrack. I love almost every minute of it. It's great. Same goes for Might and Magic 6, 7, and to a somewhat lesser extent 8. But the gameplay with those is great as well. Same with Xenoblade. Yeah, that said, the gameplay does have to at least be somewhat good for me to come back to something. Yeah, the banks here in this game...
Can I help you?
They are pretty worthless. The only thing they do is they protect your money if you die.
Can I help you with anything?
But if you end up dying, you can always just load a save.
Hi,
I just
how are
wanted
you?
to check if there was any skills I could pick up. Alright, well, we can pick up ID Monster, I guess. It's a pretty useless skill for the most part, but...
A worthy challenge.
At least now I can actually see some numbers. Also, calling a peasant a worthy challenge. Whoa! Amazing. Amazing. Alright. So, yeah, the reason I went back to town was because I wanted to see if the stables was heading to Arathia today.
A worthy challenge.
Traveling today?
It's not. Is there anything in the Talarian Forest that'd be a really good thing for me to do right now? I don't think so, honestly. Yeah, let's just walk over to Arathia. Yeah, there's a reason I want to go to Arathia before I head over to the Barrow Downs. There's some quests I want to pick up, some quests I want to finish, and also some skills that I want to train. Alright, so, entering Arathia from the east. You have a very safe pathway to Stedwick, the capital, but I'm not going to go straight there because there's some neat little stuff over here. Including this lady who does nothing,
Ow!
these chests which will blow up in my face,
Ow! Oops. Ridiculous.
with not all that much good stuff in them. You've got the Plate Master Trainer and the Repair Item Grandmaster Trainer. Both very good stuff to know the locations of. Go ahead and heal everyone. Yeah, I don't think anyone has enough luck for that.
Ow! But a scratch.
Ooh, another chest. Let's heal herself up and then we can trigger it.
Oops. Ridiculous.
Amazing. I've already gone through most of my... Well, I've already gone through a lot of mana just trying to open those darn chests. Okay. Yeah.
Perhaps we should look for a new one.
That's not good. It won't matter for too long, though, because I should be able to learn plate armor here. You know, learn how to use it. Okay. Alright, now, these... So there's two types of griffins that you'll... Sorry, two factions of griffins, I should say, that you'll encounter in Arathia here. And,
I don't know.
You know, they're a lot tougher than what we're capable of handling at this point. They've got some pretty solid health bars, and that tends to be a good indication of how tough the enemy is, for the most part. So, you know, probably gonna try and avoid fighting them. But the ones that are around the town here will actually be friendly to you, unless you are, if for any reason, at war with the people of Arathia, whether you attack a peasant or have something else go on that makes them hostile towards you. Alright, I gotta get him to level 4 sword skill before we leave here, so that we can get him up to expert sword, because that will be really useful for us. Let's also keep a lookout for a factor amongst the peasantry here. Because a factor will give us a boost to the gold we pick up. Okay, we've got shield expert. If possible, I'd like to get his shield skill up too while we're here, but we may not, end up doing that.
See anything you want?
Alright, learn plate armor.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. So, got more horseshoes. Oh yeah, I should mention, not every well in the game has a positive effect, although most wells with like a little covering like this are fine. There are some, though, with some negative effects. For the most part, nothing too crazy, nothing too bad, but just something to keep in mind if you don't know what it does. You can always save scum, just save before you drink and see if the effect is good or bad. Alright, what do you got? Venomous spider. Trying to think where you would find them. You'd find a frack ton of them in the Barrow Downs, but it is currently the 25th of the second month. I'm pretty sure months just go in terms of 4 weeks in this game. So they're all like February, but I could be wrong. It's been a little while since I've done that and paid enough attention. Anyways, let's pick up some quests now. Hail! I am Sir Charles Quicksuit. I am the humble champion of the people, and I am at thy service. Ha! So thee wishes to take the test to be a crusader? I cannot blame thee. The sense of pride one feels when one has accomplished a heroic deed is sublime. The test is simple. A dragon must be slain. I know just the one. Romthrax the Heartless. He lives in a cave in Tartalia, and terrorizes the peasants who live near him when he's home. He should be in the cave near this time. He should be in the cave this time of year. Because this is probably thine first dragon, I will travel with thee to give thee pointers. So let us go forthwith and spill this monster's black blood. Yeah, part of the reason why it's usually a little easier to to play as, to use a knight instead of a crusader in this game is because the crusader quest is pretty frackin' hard. You have to kill a dragon to get your first promotion. Whereas for the first knight promotion, you just have to kill a bunch of undead. So, you wish to learn to fight? Well, you found the right man. For those of you who are knights anyway. If you're not a knight, you still benefit from my teachings, but not as much. The hallmark of the cavalier is courage. I can promote you to cavalier status, but before I'll do that, you'll have to prove to me your bravery in battle. Since most people are yellow-bellied cowards at heart, I doubt you'll succeed. But if you want to try, here's what you must do. Excuse me. Destroy all the undead in the haunted mansion in the Barrow Downs. So yeah, that right there, that is why we wanted to come here to Arathia first. And hey, Day of the Gods and Heroism. Two very, very good spells. Heroism increases your attack damage, and Day of the Gods increases your might. So that's why everyone has solid accuracy and very strong damage right now.
Do you need medical attention?
Wow.
Take care.
Stuff's pretty expensive there. It probably has to do with reputation. If I had to guess. Okay, I have a couple weapons, couple pieces of armor, and a ring or two to sell.
Can I help you with anything?
Let's go ahead and sell these.
Thanks. Come again.
Okay. Let's see. Mace Expert. Don't have the gold for it. That sucks. Okay. Good day. Would you like to hear about the Arkham Age Championship? To be declared Arkham Age Champion, you must win a game of Arkham Age in every tavern on, in, and under the continent of Arathia. There are 13 such taverns sponsoring Arkham Age events. When you have accomplished this, return to me to claim the prize. Well, we will certainly do our best to do that. But for now, we still need to get the deck so that we'd be, able to do it. Oh yeah, this guy. So his quest is literally just head to Talia, which is to the west of Arathia here, and just talk to Lord Markham. The guy from the island who gave us the castle, which was infested with goblins. Sounds to me like he just didn't want to deal with running it himself. Ooh, 2 permanent might. Nice. Alright. Let's head over to the sewers. I've got Day of the Gods and Heroism up, so I should be able to kick some butt here. Damn, that damage I do with melee attacks with Heroism up. Very strong. Okay, so I think that the thieves have a favored enemy as well, and I'm pretty sure it's paladins, so they'll probably all be going for Zoltan here. Alright, now, the sewers here are a really tricky place to get around. Now, unfortunately, my perception is really low, so I can't really showcase this very well.
Bring on a bigger challenge.
Actually, at all. I can only point it out because I know that it's there. But at the center of this 6-way path here is a trap. Just to say, if you step in there, it will trigger a, I think it's some sort of acid damage spell. And it will, aim towards the center and do a bunch of damage to you. Also, I'm pretty sure I don't have enough disarm trap for here either. Yep.
My fault. Rubbish.
Oh boy.
Rubbish.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Certainly better than the no cloak that I had before on most of my party. Okay. Yeah, let's... Jeez. Just take a hot moment here to heal everyone up a bit.
Ow! Oops. Ridiculous.
So, what perception does in this game is it allows you to see hidden doors as well as trap triggers, and it gives you a chance to avoid taking damage from traps that are triggered, like on all these chests that I'm failing to disarm. So, yeah. But anyways,
what a scratch.
Yeah, as you can see, I just took some damage there. I think it's an acid spray, maybe? In which case, I actually have that, sorry, poison spray, in which case I actually have that spell in my spell book, but I'm not certain.
Help!
Ow!
Can y'all not?
Oh, please.
You're doing crazy damage with the heroism up. Okay. Alright. Ooh, let's refresh Wizard Eye. And let's heal some more people up. And let's make another mana potion.
Perfect.
And drink it, because clearly I need it. Okay. You can also sometimes tell where trap triggers would be by looking at the mini-map. Well, not necessarily the triggers, but like where they come from. Because you'll notice there's like a little dent here in the mini-map. Right next to the edge here. And if you actually look there, you see there's a little hole here. And what that is it triggers a saw blade to come out if you trigger the trap, which I think is triggered by opening the door on that end. And you get over there by pulling this up, by pulling this here lever. Okay. And I'm pretty sure that the trigger for the trap is opening the door here, but it might be... Oh no, I think it's... Okay, since that didn't do it, it must be from walking through the path past the door there. You'll be able to hear it when it goes off. Why isn't it going off? Okay, come on. Well, now I look like an idiot. I know there's a trap there, though. I'm just not triggering it correctly or something. maybe I have to do something else first. Okay. Now in this room, you have a pretty big puzzle to deal with. You need to basically make these platforms in the center of the room line up so that you can make your way from one of these doors over here to this end. I think that actually, if those go where I think they go, then just that is enough. Yeah. You can jump over the small gaps like that without even needing the jump spell. So, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and head back. Aha, see? There it goes. See? I told you! The saw trap. I guess I had to open that other door first or something. I don't know. But I got it to work. Let's go in here. Fall down to the center and focus on the thieves, actually, because they're a lot more annoying than the rats.
Ah, what a scratch. Bring on a bigger...
Yeah, most of the time enemies can't really jump off of ledges to chase after you. That kind of gives you a bit of an advantage when dealing with enemies up on higher up areas like that.
Rubbish.
Indeed. Rubbish. Garbage. To the waste bin with it. Now, you might be thinking, what's this doing here? Let's find out. Oh, hello there. It's a teleporter. And if you interact with that side of it, you go through the other side, but you can't go from this side to that side. With the exception of this one, which is an actual door. But I'm pretty sure that if you don't fail at jumping like an idiot, like me, then you can actually jump over between those platforms. There we go. Okay. So yeah, anyways, it's time now. Whoop! Whoop! And I made it. Now it is possible to line these up so that you get all of the platforms along here so that you can really easily do it, but honestly that's such a pain. Okay, I guess they killed all the stuff in here. Cool, I don't even need to bother with it now.
Ow! What a scratch.
My fault.
Okay, everyone's still agreeing.
Ridiculous.
Heal yourself then, this healer, and...
My fault.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
You're good. Right, what do we got here? Red barrel. And blue barrel.
Ah, this is worthless.
And another red barrel. Give that to my monk. Green barrel. Orange and yellow. Who do I give the yellow to? I'll give it to my paladin, and we should be good now. Okay. I'm Bill Lasker, and I am the Master Thief. Bill makes a sweeping gesture with one arm, taking in the whole of the sewers. I am undisputed ruler of all I survey, and I hear of everything that happens in my mighty kingdom. I am at your service. Well, he's got a lot of skills he can train us in. Disarm Trap Expert, Stealing Expert, and Dagger Grand Master. Unfortunately, can't really learn any of those yet, if at all, frankly, with my particular party setup. So anyways, alright. Though the law may decide who is guilty and who is not, I decide who is called thief and who is just a criminal. Bring me that lovely vase I saw on the mantel in Lord Markham's manor, and I shall call you rogue. Well, now we have 2 reasons to visit Lord Markham. First, let's take a moment and just clear everything out of here so that we can get more experience. Oof. Out of mana. 4 mana? Yeah. In retrospect, I might have done better off with a druid instead of an archer for dealing with elemental magics. Druids are a cross between a sorcerer and a cleric. They can get up to master in all of the elemental and self magics. So, not as great as either of the 2, but capable of doing both, and they benefit from both intellect and personality, so a little bit of a nice trick there. Okay. Pick up these coins and make our way back while avoiding the darn saw blades. Yep, they have the same exact attack on this end. Okay, I think I've cleared out the entire sewers here, so... Alright, what else can I do here? Ah, yes, I can deal with all the frickin' bandits. There's a lot of bandits in the south parts and the eastern parts of Varathia here. Ooh, I just realized it's after midnight. I think this is a pretty good spot to save and wrap things up. Okay. Oop. Wrong thing. There we go. Alright. Well, thanks for coming out to watch the stream tonight. If you did, I had a lot of fun as always. I'm pretty sure we fixed all of the audio issues, so hopefully everything turned out pretty well for all of you guys. The only way for me to really test everything is to actually open my stream on my phone or something so that it doesn't interfere with the audio, and just kind of listen to that as I'm talking and stuff. And that's, well, either that or record videos beforehand, and I do try to do that from time to time to test the audio, but it doesn't always work out, and sometimes I end up getting sidetracked by other stuff and don't have time to do that. So, anyways, as I was saying, thanks for coming out tonight. I had a lot of fun with the stream. This particular stream shouldn't take too many episodes. I've gotten really good at beating this game pretty darn quick. Although I am taking slightly longer than usual just because I'm going through how things work in certain ways as I'm going along. We'll see how many episodes it ends up being. Anyways, next stream is going to be Sunday night. It's going to be more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. We did the base game last week, so we're going to be doing Torna on Sunday this week. Yeah, just going to be doing all that tasty New Game Plus stuff that you do. Yeah. anyways, that's all for tonight. I hope you all had a great time, and peace. Take care.
America's long-term